Okay, gonna make a short video here. Built a bearded dragon enclosure. It's 4 foot by 16 inches wide by 3 foot tall. Turned out pretty nice. I'll get a couple close-ups, and then I'll go in on some of this. I'll tell you about some of the supplies I bought. Yeah, it's a little gap that happened after I started building. Built it in my living room though, so it's all pre-cut melamine, bought from Home Depot, but pretty inexpensive. I looked into buying a critter condo. They're kind of pricey if you're going to get them shipped. I mean, if I was local, like in Florida or California, where you typically see them, it probably wouldn't be that bad. But anyway, back to my point. I did a lot of searching online, not a whole lot of videos on actual builds and where you can find a lot of supplies and the costs and all that kind of stuff like that with these cages. So I figured I'd put one up. Hopefully it's helpful to somebody that's looking to build their own cage or, you know, breeding bearded dragons or anything like that. I'm going to be into breeding, so this will actually be for one of my females, my larger females, and my larger males. One top, one bottom. And then eventually I'll build a couple more 3-footers to house some more females. Alright, so get into the build itself. First of all, I'll just get into the lighting. I bought this at Lowe's. You're about $8 on that with tax. It holds up to 120 watts. It's just an outdoor floodlight. Comes pre-wired. Just have to do a little bit of wiring with the extension cord. What I did was bought a 8-foot extension cord. It's got the grounded tip on it, so it's got the ground in there, and you can actually wire it straight to this that has a ground. To give you an idea, you're looking at right here, you know, 3 wires. You got your, I think black is your hot, white's your neutral, and green's your ground. So turned out pretty nice though. I just did the holes in the side there because that'll probably be on the wall. Wired that in. A couple things that I don't have are the fluorescent lights that go on the top. I still have to purchase those and mount those. But I did find these vents here. I think they're like 2-inch vents. I found those at Lowe's for I think it was $10 for a pack of 6. So I put 3 in each cage. And then I have, oh, there's the mounted light there. And I did go with plexiglass doors. Plexiglass I didn't really want to, but when I started looking into the actual price of glass for something like this, kind of outweighs the whole cheap side of it. So I'm gonna try plexiglass, see how that works, and go with that for now. On the bottom there you see the self-adhesive linoleum tiles. I just found them at Lowe's. These were discontinued. Picked up I have these plus another 6 for about 10 cents a piece. These I think were $1 a piece, but I cut them to size, and then I put a lip on the back there, and then also siliconed in between. The tracking for the doors also purchased at Lowe's. I think for an 8-foot piece I was looking at like, I think it was like $10 maybe, if that, maybe 8 or 9. So I ended up having to buy 2 pieces for a 4-foot tank. And as you can see, slides really nice. I do have these pieces here were originally going to be for the tracking that you see. I ended up having to go, that there is like a melamine piece of wood, so when I tried to use it to put the tracking into, as I started drilling into it, it would start splitting, so I ended up having to go with a PVC type wood there. And as you can see, it's textured on the back end also, so I just put the smooth end on the front. Top here, I don't know if you can see very well, that's a thinner piece. I kind of laid this one sideways like that so that I could screw it in. I'm trying to think if I'm missing anything. These bricks here, I think those were 98 cents. The smaller ones I have 69 cents. I'll use those for the basking spots. Looks like the temperature is sitting right about 100. It was kind of going back between 100 and 102. And the other side of the cage, it was sitting around 78, 80. So that's going to be perfect for temperature. Anyway, to my other point with these pieces here, I put in place because I'm going to have a TV on top of it, so I wanted it to be kind of stabilized. Because this is melamine, so it is not the sturdiest. It's kind of like a fiber board. Trying to see if I missed anything else. Oh, for the back, I did not use melamine. For the back, I just used kind of like your, if you use the pegboard in your garage or something like that, I used about that thickness and then just screwed it in. The reason I did that was to kind of lighten up on some of the weight. The only thing I would do differently next time is I will not build them together. Stack like this. I'll probably build them separate and just stack them on top of each other. So any questions, comments, just leave them in the comment section. I can do another video if this was either too dark or not clear enough for you. But I'd say all in all, I probably spent $150 to $200, if that. Like I said, I think the plexiglass, the piece that I bought, was about 25 bucks. But I did, oh, actually it was $40, but it had a crack, so I'm kind of a scratch and dent type guy. I try to find the stuff that's kind of broken, that way I can get a deal on it. And typically don't need everything that I get anyway. So it was like a huge piece. Had one splinter, and I think they took like 30% off the piece. So same with some of the wood. Some of the melamine had some scratches, but the parts that were scratched ended up getting cut off. So anyway, these knobs here, that's the only other thing. I kind of just drilled a hole, bought some screws, put the knob in. Makes it real easy to open and close the door. True test will be once I get a beardy in there, see if they scratch the plexi. If that ends up happening, I can always replace it with glass down the road. But for right now, it's going to be just fine for what I'm trying to do. So anyway, I'm going to cut this off. Any questions, just let me know.